but people call me Lovely.
And my name's Shannon. I go by Sway.
And we are the couple on TikTok, LovelynSwaee, that are currently living out of a hotel. We were living in another hotel before this one, which was called Red Roof Inn, and now we're at Extended Stay America. And we are going to be here at this current hotel for a month. And someone actually donated to us about a week ago now? It's been about a week. That's been about a week, right? Okay. But anyway, she has donated to us to help us stay off the street because some nights and some days we would be outside, just hoping we could get into a hotel room. And a lot of our community from TikTok didn't really like us being outside, on days when it would rain or just be outside in general. So a lot of them helped us, stay into a hotel a few days, a night, even almost a week. And now we're in a hotel now for a month. And this place that we're in, it kind of looks like a studio. I guess I could show you guys just a little bit. But back there is our little kitchen area, our little kitchenette. And we have been trying to get into something that could help us save money on food. So this is such a blessing that we were able to get into this extended stay. A little bit about our story. We actually started going homeless late 2021 or the beginning of 2022. And we were hotel jumping and even staying at some of our families, homes as well. Anything that you would like to say? I'm trying to fix this. So we went through pretty much a very hard, experience, to the point, like he said, we were just evicted. Honestly, we were just evicted last year. And we actually haven't even stayed at that apartment a year yet. So it's honestly sad what we're going through, but we have a big community of people that's, on our side, that's uplifting us and motivating us, praying for us through this whole entire process. And we really haven't had that much help from our family. I'm not going to say everybody in our family has helped. There is people that have helped. And those people that have helped are the ones that don't have the extra funds, or they're not in our city, our state. And some of them that refuse to help, they just, choose that. And it sucks because the ones that refuse to help is the ones that we could see helping us, that have careers and stuff like that. So it's crazy. And I know a lot of people on our TikTok know about this already, but there's a lot of people out there that are in our shoes and understand exactly what we're going through. And there's even people that have the, family that won't help them. So,
or family that wants you to help them just to help you.
Oh, I'm glad you said that. But yes, that too.
Which is stupid. Even though way before the fact that they needed help, you've been needed help, and they won't help you how you need to be helped. For example, my mom could have rented out a duplex to me. I offered to pay rent. She said no, but would rather me pay $50 every day and help her fix up an Airbnb in that same duplex just to help me. Does make sense?
Because, why should we, I understand that we are supposed to, in God's eyes, supposed to love our family, right? And with that, it's coming with a lot everybody's families are different, how they're raised, whatever. But why should we have to go out of our way to help someone that has access to all of this help, or just up there?
Let alone she might kick us out over something stupid because that's how she is.
Yes, and just to make that just summarized, she has done this to him way before I even got with him. He's been on his own before, more than I have. And I used to live with my grandparents when I first noticed how she was just going to kick him out. And it bothered me a lot, because just seeing that from a mother, someone that nourishes you, supposed to be there for you and help you through everything that you need help with, right? Why would she want to just kick her son out in the streets? Just because what was it? Because you were behind on $200.
$200.
$200.
And she already knew the situation, what was going on.
But she didn't care. She didn't. So I took my $200. This is around the time we weren't even really together. We weren't even together for like a year yet. But I gave him my last $200 that I had. So he didn't have to go out in the street. Because where I'm raised, we don't believe in throwing out, our family member or whatever it is, throwing out people in the streets just because they have an hard time, they can't afford something. No. But just to make things even more summarized, I know I keep saying that and this is not even really going to be summarized, but my family, they do want help. At least the ones, like my grandparents, for instance, they want help. But they're the ones that don't have the extra funds to be able to help all of us at the same time. So in order for us to get help, I got to be the one to get the help. He has to go somewhere else. My dog has to go. So that just, it's like, why do we have to split our family up for the last thing that we had together just to get help? Does that make sense? Like, that's going to a shelter, for instance, because the shelters here in Lexington, Kentucky, from what we've seen and what we've been told, and I've already done told this on my TikTok page for anybody that don't know, that we've already talked to somebody higher up in the from the Lexington, Kentucky Gov. I forgot what it's called, but she's like, I think it's homeless prevention or something like that. But we already done talked to her about what is our options. What can we do where it's just only us three together? We don't have to split up through this hard time. And she said they did have a shelter where the whole entire family, could stay together, even your dog. But they closed that back in March of this year, so we missed it. So we couldn't get into that, and we were already living in my grandparents' house around this time when this was happening. So we didn't even really know anything about that until later down the road. So yeah, we can't go to a shelter just because we don't want to split from each other. We are all we got in the streets when we're not with our family. So
literally. And then when they do know we're outside, the ones that refuse to help still, at least my mom, she helped a couple times, but still would leave us in the dust, like out here, knowing we're out here, and she's comfortable in bed sleeping. Her dad too, and then multiple other people. They're in a comfortable bed sleeping, and we're outside on the hard concrete in the cold, and they don't even take initiative to recognize that. Or
try to find a way to help us. At least try. Don't just blatantly just be like, oh, I can't. And I wish we were lying, y'all. Like, this is how, our family is. Like I said, my grandparents have helped us the much as they could. I didn't say that right, but you get what I'm saying. They have helped us so much, and it's come to a point where they can't keep doing that. They're getting older. My grandparents you might as well just say, they're almost pushing 100 years old. I'm not gonna keep stressing them out about this. They already done enough before we even got to the Red Roof. They fed us, they sheltered us, they clothed us the best they could, and they literally allowed me to take my dog in. And they did the best that they can. So I'm not gonna put them in that category of saying they refuse to help. They just don't have the space. My grandmother also is allergic, which I did not mention. She's allergic to dogs, but she also decided to allow me to still bring my dog in. But I feel so bad for doing that because I know how she is and how she gets. So eventually it was gonna happen where we couldn't stay there long enough with them. And they were in the process of moving into a house anyway, so we would have to go. Which was the house that said that they don't accept dogs. And then my dad, he's the one of the big one that refuses to help. And I'm his only child. I'm his only daughter. But this is way before he's came in my life. He's always been like this. So just and what is it? Oh, he has $1 million company. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he has the extra funds to help me. But
stays going across the country and shit.
He loves going and traveling, yeah.
Engine twice and still doing it. So, but yeah, he won't. He, like, bro, Like, there's so many instances where it's ridiculous. He even hesitated to pay $150 to get back down to Lexington when we were about to move into the apartment last year anyways. He hesitated. Back this whole, 2 years? And you still hesitated? And now here we are a year and a half later, 3 years and a half in our relationship, and he's still doing the same thing.
Exactly.
Even when we were in the apartment and we just needed help with rent just so we could keep up with it, he still wouldn't help. Even when we are doing something constructive, he won't help.
It's like always an excuse.
Yeah, and the same goes to my dad, but he doesn't make excuses. He just bluntly leaves me on red. I asked for $25 to go to Dollar Tree for groceries. He left me on red, and he keeps doing that. So,
so with the fathers, they're the worst ones out of it. My mother, on the other hand, she doesn't live in Kentucky. This is where she was, but she don't live in Kentucky no more. So she's like 8 hours away from me. And the last time I did speak to her was when we were in the apartment and we needed help, which she did. And it just got to a point where she's like how his mom is, basically. Come and help me. But the only difference is you don't have to help me in order to get something out of it. She's the one where you come and help me, or you come and stay with me, but then makes up something out of the mid-blue to get me to stay with her. And that's a whole nother conversation. We'll just say that got something to do with nothing complete with homelessness. It's just me and her relationship. We're not close. Let's just say that. And she blocked me. And I was actually going to ask her to see if she could help with when we were in a very serious situation at the time. And she blocked me. So I couldn't find no way to contact her. Blocked me on Facebook. Blocked my personal number. Don't know why. I wish I did. But basically, my mom is no help. She really has her own little thing. She's comfortable. Let's put it that way. She has her own little thing going on. Since she got her life and goals going on, she ain't got to worry about nobody else. That's how my mom is. My dad, you already know, he refuses to help. And if he's not in the picture, there's a possibility that he may help. Maybe. Just a tiny bit. But the real reason why he won't help is because he's in the picture and my dog's in the picture. So in order for him to even try to want to, they got to be out of the picture. They got to be out of my life. And I refuse to allow that to happen. And I refuse to agree with that. So that's a little bit about our whole family thing. A little bit with, what they're trying to do and the ones they don't want to do. So, yes, we have been evicted. This is how it got to this point. We settled in that apartment. We thought our lives were going to change because we were homeless before that apartment. And we worked so hard just to get there. He went to work at a whole nother job in a whole nother state. For the first time, I started working for home, making my money. So we were basically like partners in this. So for anybody that don't know, yes, we do work together. Yes, we've had jobs. Yes, we had a place. Yes, we had a car.
And yes, I still have a job.
And yes, he still has a job, but that part, we're not going to keep repeating about that. It's already over TikTok, but he will summarize it if he wants to. It's just more of a mental thing. But I applied at this hotel this morning, and today's date is September 27th, right? Yes, 2024. So I applied at this hotel and I applied at the Red Roof. Now we're just kind of waiting, but I just wanted to make a little video for you guys and we just talk a little bit more about what's going on. But yeah, we're staying in this Red Roof. See, we've stayed in the Red Roof so long, I keep thinking. We are staying in this extended stay for a month. And we were also thinking that we were going to change something up a little bit about our GoFundMe page, where we will basically just make this for just trying to stay in the hotel or getting help with necessities or anything for Milo. Is still going to be part of the GoFundMe page, but we were thinking about just updating this page for just helping us get back on our feet, staying in this hotel, so when we start working, we can focus on saving and getting into a permanent place or getting a vehicle. You know, that's what we were thinking about doing. But we are so blessed for God. Like, he has done so much for us, and I'm still even surprised of the community of people we have created on TikTok. For anyone that doesn't know, our TikTok is LovelynSwaee, so the letter N. We have seen so much blessings come to us for the past month and a half, We were literally sitting out in 90-degree heat a month and a half ago, thinking that we weren't going to get anywhere, because that day we were going to end up having to sit out there for 2 to 3 days. But nope, look where we are a month and a half later. So I'm still blessed either way, because we couldn't have had this. We could have been outside. By the way, there's a hurricane going on right now. We could have been outside in that, but we're not. So I'm still blessed for everything that God has given us, waking us up every day, watching over us at night, during the day, wherever we go. But this is our little home where we're staying. Something a little small, but I mean, hey, I'm grateful for it, because I'd rather be in here than out there. But I'm sorry if this video was long, but this is more, of us just telling a little bit about our story and what's going on, and hopefully something starts happening for us here in the next few months with the jobs and stuff. But hopefully not even take that long, because that's getting ridiculous. But just something keep going, and I know God has a plan. He always does. This is part of his plan right now, because we've seen so much happen that we were like, oh my goodness, I can think back and be like, wow, we were literally just thinking this, and it actually did happen. So we were thinking about getting into an extended stay, but we could never afford it. But we had somebody help us out, and she told us that she's probably going to help us out until January, but we don't really know. It's not confirmed. We do keep communications with her, so I won't speak about her name and stuff, just for her, safety. I don't want to do all that. But we'll just say for this month that we stay, including Milo's dog fees, because there is a dog fee here. It's $25 per a night, and then after 7 days, it's $10 per day afterward. So we've paid about $2,500. I'm not scared to say that. Honestly, I'm not, because it's just, everybody knows how extended stays work when you're staying here, monthly. That's how much it was, on top of Milo's dog fee as well. And I'm still so blessed. Like I'm blessed for everything. Just sitting in here.
It's better than being up there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. At the Red Roof Inn, it's just too much. Because at first we was paying $68.36, during the week, and now it went up to 70 something during the week, and then on the weekend it's 90.
And then for a month it's $3,000.
It's $3,000 or more just for a month to stay at the Red Roof Inn that's right next to this extended stay. So we chose this because if I'm gonna pay that much, I might as well come over here. If that was something that we were doing, years ago. But we getting everything. This is like a little studio apartment. We have a laundry room right next to us, right next to our door. We're able to wash our own clothes and everything. Got a kitchen, actual cooked food, refrigerator to store food. So that means saving more money on food, and we don't have to worry about spending food every day like we were when we were in the Red Roof. We would be eating out sometimes, and sometimes we would have to throw away food if we couldn't eat it or if it was spoiling because we don't have a refrigerator. So this is a good place for us to stay. So if you guys would like to help us out by donating whatever you can, we're not the ones to ask you what amount you should send. I don't do that. I really don't. It's really up to you guys. But if you want to help us stay in this actual hotel that we're in until we can get back on our feet to where we are saving enough to get into another spot and get a car, which is, I think he wants to do the car first, right? He wants to do the car first, so we'll save up money when we get our jobs and get money coming in again. We're gonna save it for a car first, and then we're gonna start looking into permanent, housing and stuff like that. We were thinking about going to a private landlord. A lot of people said they had good experiences with that, and we're gonna start looking into that as well, since the whole community thing is out the question. We're not gonna be able to go back to the community apartments. We were so close. Matter of fact, I forgot to say that. I'm gonna say this and end the video out. We were so close to getting into another apartment. It was a relocational program. When we got evicted, they sent us to the court to be able to get that excess help. But they didn't give us enough time. I think you said it was only 30 days. 30 days to contact all these people on this list that they gave us at the courthouse. And we contact all these people on the list, and most of them were not even a part of the program anymore. Most of them didn't even answer. Some of them said they would get back to us, and they never did. And I think some of them also said that they didn't accept dogs, or it was a higher fee or something like that. Something like that. But most majority of them were not even with the program. So it was just, the more that an apartment was being taken off the list that we couldn't work with, the less options we had. And it just came down to a point where when we found one, that's when the place, the company or whoever the program we were working through, told us we had to pay a $70-something, I don't forget what the fee was, but it was for the apartment. And they didn't mention this to us. We weren't aware that we had to cover all these upfront costs. Besides, they only said that they were going to cover the deposits for 3 months. Something like that.
Deposit and rent for 3 months.
Okay, so the deposit and rent for 3 months. That's what they said that they were going to do. But we know about that. But the other stuff, they didn't mention that. So we had to come out of our pocket. But we didn't get to do that because we didn't have enough money. Or we didn't even have the funds to do it. So yeah, so we missed out on that opportunity for a relocational program that could have got us into a place. But we just gonna end this video out. We're gonna eat some food, some spaghetti, and chill for the day. We just wanted to make this video for our GoFundMe page to be a lot more personal, I guess, instead of it just being a big old paragraph. Hopefully you guys understand what we're going through. Just honestly send prayers our way. That is much appreciated. I would take that over anything. And if you would like to donate, you can. It's totally up to you. We really just want to, start fresh. And hopefully things could be better for us in the near future.